With all the new content reviews about Star Wars Jedi Survivor we are getting lately, I'm getting more and more excited about the game. So I thought in this video I would share my predictions about it with you guys. So these are my 5 predictions for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The first question: how many planets will the game include? Throughout Fallen Order, we had the chance to visit 8 different planets or levels: Bogano, Zepho, Dathomir, Kashyyyk, Ilum, Nur, Bracca, and the Prison Escape asteroid. But only 5 of them were actually fully explorable. Now I'm sure Jedi Survivor is going to be a much larger game than Fallen Order, but that could be achieved in many ways. One of them is they could create larger, more explorable planets, but not more of them. The other way is just pumping out a lot more planets, or maybe a mix of both. And I think that's what's going to be the case. I think the creators are going to give us 12 to 16 planets, but with a very clear distinction between planet and level. Now let me explain. In Fallen Order, we had planets like Nur or like Bracca, which were very linear. You just had to do the thing you're supposed to do and move on, never come back. But you also had planets like Bogano or Dathomir or Zepho, which you were sometimes even required to come back to. So, as you can see, there was a very clear distinction between the main and side planets we visited during our time in Fallen Order. And I think this is going to be expanded on in Jedi Survivor, meaning every main planet is going to be way bigger, have more depth, and be actually worth exploring more so than the Fallen Order planets. But the game will also include many straightforward, linear levels we never come back to. But which planets will we be able to explore? Well, we know for certain from the trailers that we will be able to explore Koboh, the moon of a planet, and most likely Coruscant. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to explore Coruscant, and I hope a big part of it. And if you can't tell, I'm very excited about Coruscant. I think it's also reasonable to assume that we'll be able to explore the planet that the moon is orbiting. But what are the other planets going to be? Well, for starters, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised by the fact that probably most planets are going to be freshly and newly created just for this game, like Bogano or Zepho were for Fallen Order. I feel like Cal is going to return to one of the Fallen Order planets. My guess would be Zepho, or if the Night Sister Merrin story is expanded on, maybe Dathomir. But Survivor is surely going to include some more planets we're familiar with. Well, the Star Wars universe is a huge one, so I have no idea which planets exactly that will be. And honestly, here I think we just have to wait and see. Now let's talk about flashbacks. As we all know, in Jedi Fallen Order, a big part of the story were Cal's flashbacks, which by living through them, Cal relearned many of his Force abilities. I think similar flashbacks are going to appear in the sequel, but not concerning Cal's days as a Padawan, but a much less distant past. Notice, so far, we have not seen Greez or Merrin in the trailers. Now, of course, it's very possible that they are okay and will appear in the game, or that they just went their separate ways or something. But I suspect that maybe something tragic has happened to one of them, or maybe both. And we will learn of this by living through the events in a similar type of flashback that we had in the first game. My fourth prediction has to do with character cameos. Now we know that Jedi Survivor takes place in 5 years after Fallen Order, or in 9 BBY. This is the exact same year that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series takes place in. Now I'm not saying that we will get Obi-Wan in the game, but in Fallen Order, we did get Darth Vader, and I personally don't think the creators of the game are going to move away from the cameos. I think it's entirely possible that Darth Vader is once again going to appear in the series in some way or another, or that Survivor will have some crossover Easter eggs with the Kenobi show. Now, finally, how long will the game be? Fallen Order was a game I could not put down, and well, that caused some problems. With the somewhat limited side content available in the game, it took me about 20 hours to finish it with a pretty high finished percentage. I'm sure Jedi Survivor is going to be a considerably larger game than Fallen Order, but I feel like they will tackle this by giving us a lot more freedom of exploration while keeping the length of the main storyline very similar to Fallen Orders. Now, sure, I could be entirely wrong about this. Maybe the story will be much longer than Fallen Orders. But I don't think that's the way Respawn is going to handle things, which I'm very okay with. I just personally can't wait to dive deep into hopefully many open world planets and discover cool secrets hidden within them. And this concludes my list of predictions. Well, at least for now. But before you click off the video, seriously, share some of your predictions about the game, please. I'm incredibly excited about it and can't wait for its release. So I'll gladly read your thoughts about it. And if you enjoyed my list and are as excited about the game as I am, just consider subscribing. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I mean, it would be cool, sure. Because I'll be making a lot more content like this in the future. Take care. Bye.